This is section 10.1, finding the areas of rectangles and parallelograms. So first you need to start off with your basic equation. This is the equation for a rectangle. Area equals base times height. Then we got parallelograms. Our parallelogram equation will be the same as base times height. However, you will be looking for the height that is perpendicular to the base. Here are two problems. Let's solve them. So for the rectangle, we have to use our area of base times height. Our base is 4, and our area is, or not our area, I'm sorry, our height is 2. Multiply those two together and you get 8. And the bottom one. So we have 3 as our height, and our entire base together is 8. So we would do 3 times 8. This, multiply that and you get 24. That is the section 10.1 area of rectangles and parallelograms.
Alright, in 10.2 we cover trapezoids. And there's some things you might need to know if you don't remember. Trapezoid has, right here, alright, this is an H, not a 2. Base 1, right, base 2, and a height. Alright, you know these two are the bases because these two are parallel to each other, no matter if it's on its side, upside down, whatever, you know what I mean. You know what the bases are if the two sides are parallel. Right, these two sides are parallel, meaning this is base 1, this is base 2. You can flip-flop it however you want, but base 1 is the top one, base 2 is the bottom one. Okay, so you need to know that because the formula is 1/2 height times base 1 plus base 2. Right, the height is not the angle right here, not the slope right here, but indeed the vertical area from one base to the top base. Right, and so we're gonna do a practice problem. Just, a little refresher. So, base 1 could be like 3, right? This could be 4, and the height could be 5, right? And so what you do, obviously, let's make this 6 so it's easier. 6. 1/2 the height, which is 6, is 3, right? Times base 1 plus base 2, which is 7. 3 times 7. The area would then equal 21. Pretty easy, right? So I guess we're gonna move on to, let's see here, kites and rhombuses. All right. So this lesson, the second part of 10.2, we're learning about rhombuses and kites. Ignore this problem down here. We're gonna do that later. So the equation for a rhombus and a kite, they're both the same formula, is 1/2 times diagonal 1, which is the entire diagonal down, and diagonal 2, diagonal across. Right, so you want to figure out the entire diagonal down and the diagonal across before you can even think about doing the formula. Right, one thing you want to know, the difference between a rhombus and a kite is one major thing. The entire perimeter, or the sides of a rhombus, are all congruent to each other. Not with the kite. The kite, only the top 2 are congruent to each other, and the bottom 2 are congruent to each other too. They're not congruent to everything, right, as this one is. One side is congruent to the other, etc. Right, same thing goes with the kite. Down here, we have the problem, right? One side is 7, or this little portion is 7, side 7, 5, 5. Right, you want to find out the entire diagonal, so that's 14, right, 7 plus 7, times 10, boom, 1/2. So, 140, right, divided by 2, right, you get 70. Area equals 70. Whoops. Pretty easy, right? Alrighty, so, in this little summary, we're just going to be going over the equations and basically the main gist on, if you forget. So, just the rectangle is the easy base times height, right? Base times height. We got the parallelogram, right? Think of it as just shifted over rectangle, I guess, right? Same thing, base times height. make sure not to use the slanted portion on the side right here, but to use the height, which is perpendicular to the base, right? You got the kite, and then you got the rhombus, right? Same thing applies to both of them, the same equation like these two. It's just diagonal 1, and then times diagonal 2, divided by 2, or times by 1/2, whatever you want to say, right? And then we got the, let's see here, the trapezoid. So the trapezoid is a little bit different, all right? It's base 1, all right? This is base 1, plus base 2, this is the bottom is base 2, times the height, right? Remember, not the diagonal, just the line perpendicular to the base, right? Divided by 2, or times by 1/2. So 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times height.